Hello students, I hope you're doing well. I want to just make sure everyone is navigating the course as I suggested you do in the welcome video. I'm getting a lot of questions that make me feel like folks are just not really going through the content. So, see, I'm going to click here on content. And then I was already on this page, so it pops right up. But as you go through the course, right, whatever page you should be going through each module by page, right? All of this stuff is important for you to understand and do. And if you use the table of contents and you follow through the module like this, this is everything for the module. If you just use these links up here, these are just kind of where you submit stuff. But those links are also here. So, you know, in this module, we go down to the labs folder. And once you get your kit, you have to put a picture of yourself with the kit in the lab kit Dropbox and see this little icon. That always is going to push you up towards something that's here in assignments. So it says assignments here and assignments there. And then here's your lab 1, right? This little Lego piece pushes you off to HOL where the lab stuff is, and this is that assignments icon again. So let's go off to HOL. Now you've got to do this through each module, right? You can't access every single lesson like I can from a single screen. So if you're wondering why you can't find something, it's because you're not going there properly within the course. So, you know, every lab has exploration, experimentation, and evaluation. It gives you a sense for how long it's going to take. Here are the learning outcomes, and test your knowledge is like a pretest. And then as you go into experimentation, right, again, you get this first page you already looked at, and then here are your materials, and like sometimes students have to supply some things. But see how the microscope here, it has a little asterisk. Ignore this. I keep telling them that this is confusing the students, and they say, oh, the lab, it's agnostic to microscope type. But you do not need a microscope. You did your V-scope pre-lab and you have access to the V-scope through the website, and then a little handheld microscope came inside your kit as well, and you could use that to look at the cheek cells. But see, look at here, like slides to view, those are in the V-scope. Okay, so let's go on here, getting to know your microscope. Like, this is just helping you to practice. I posted a video in the announcements about using the actual website, or excuse me, actual microscope in my UCCS lab. Okay, so like here when it says identify the letter E in the colored threads, that is in the V-scope, okay? And all of these activities are using the V-scope. And then you answer the questions, still using the virtual lab. Okay, now here in exercise 3, you're trying to get the hands-on activity and experience of mounting a slide. And you do this with your cheek cells. And this is why you have an empty slide and a cover slip, etc. And so you scrape this cheek cells from inside your mouth, and you move the cover slip from one side to the other, pressing down the bubble of liquid so there's no bubbles under the slide. And then you just take a photo of the slide and you make it visible. With the handheld microscope, you can look at the slides here. You can also, if you're struggling with that for any reason, don't worry about it. You can just look at cheek cells off the internet, and someone told me that the handheld microscope does not work with the ports in their laptop, which I completely understand. So, if you cannot do this last piece of putting the slide that you made into the little handheld microscope, don't worry about it. Just take a picture of the slide that you prepared and put that into the lab. Okay, and then you clean up and you move on, and now you're at evaluation, excuse me. And when you get to the end of the evaluation, you download the document, but at the end of the page it says final report. Here we go. This is what you're going to download and submit to the lab assignment Dropbox, which is back in the classroom. And now, you could click on assignments and just get there because you've completed the lab. Or you could, be there in the content, and after you have clicked the link to access the lab materials, the next link is the Dropbox itself. So you would take the PDF from the lab website and you would upload it here. And please do not change the formatting, right? Don't turn it into a lab report or put it in a Word document. Just submit exactly what you download from the lab website. And if you want to just check the rubric, right? The lab rubric is very simple. Submit what you have completed, fill out written responses to all the questions, and submit all the math, graphs, tables, etc. Much like the discussion participation, this is effort-based, right? If you meet these criteria in the rubric, you will get full credit. Nothing here says that what you have written has to be accurate. It just says do it, right? And this is about the experience of it. And if you were in a live science classroom, it would be just like that as well. You would work with your lab bench partners and you would submit the work, and that would be the end of it. The lab part is about the hands-on experience, and that is the original theory of lab work within the American higher education system. I digress. Please do not worry about the labs. If you encounter something that you cannot complete because the materials have not come to you properly or you're confused, just go and do your best to complete it. And then know that everything's going to be okay. If I want you to finish something or alter something, I will write it in the grading comments and I will ask you to resubmit, and you will have the opportunity to do so. All right, thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day, and let me know if you have questions.